Hi everybody, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Patrick.
And we are AMP Adventures, and today we're going to show you Little Italy.
Yes.
So this will be a nice little stroll through Little Italy, talking about some of the history, showing off some of our favorite spots as we make our way through. Just so you know, it's April 2023. Right now it's about 5 o'clock here in New York City, 5 o'clock p.m. And it's about 10 degrees Celsius, and it's about
50, that makes it about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nice weather for a walking tour with beautiful blue skies. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So we are currently standing at the corner of Broome and Center Street, just a little bit north of the heart of Little Italy. And we're starting here at the old police headquarters. So look at this beautiful Beaux-Arts building. It was completed in 1909, retired as the police headquarters in 1973. It is in the Beaux-Arts style. That style kind of came around in the late 19th century, known for its grand, elaborate ornamentation, lots of order and symmetry.
That is just stunning. The
Yeah.
light is hitting it perfectly, too.
With beautiful blue
beautiful
skies. We love it. We got the light. Shall we go for it?
Let's do it.
Okay, everybody, stay with us. We got the light, so we're going to make our way over. Now, I will say there was also a tunnel from the basement of the headquarters there to O'Neill's Pub, which was across the street. And that way cops could kind of go under the tunnel in the early 20th century for a little bit of undetected illegal cheer, as it were.
Nice way of putting it.
Yeah, yeah. It's been converted into luxury apartments. That happened in the mid-'80s. Calvin Klein lived in that building.
I'm going to try to give you another shot of it from this side. Try to get the sun out of the way. Hang on. The sun's not in our favor. Let's get around this booth. Here we go.
There we go.
There it is.
Again, that Beaux-Arts style. Some birds chirping in the background. They've joined us for the tour today. Welcome, birds.
Yeah. Apartments up there, right?
Yeah, that top one is a 5-story penthouse up there that hit the market in 2015 at just under $40 million. So, you know, affordable.
Change.
Yeah.
A lot of people wonder how New Yorkers park. This is just a little glimpse of, we use these car vaders and raise up the cars so we can stack them up 3 or 4 rows high.
Also with perfect light today is this mural on the side of this building called Big City of Dreams. This is by Tristan Eaton, and it's part of the LISA project, which stands for Little Italy Street Art Project. So Lower Manhattan was, going back to October 2012, it was devastated by Hurricane Sandy. And around that time, the New York Comedy Festival, they had just, prior to the hurricane, had commissioned a mural on not this building, but a different Little Italy building at the time to promote the festival. And after the hurricane, we saw folks coming down to get their picture with the mural, and it really brought in business down here in this area that was slow to recover after the hurricane. And so there was a big push to have more of these murals around here, and thus the LISA project was born, Little Italy Street Art Project. And now they have 500 murals worldwide, and we'll see another one of their murals along the way. We're at the corner of Mulberry and Broome now. You're seeing Cafe Roma here on the corner. It's been in the same location since 1891. Charming old-time decor, traditional Italian pastries inside there. As you can see, perfectly painted on their side wall. It's starting to fade there. And a delicious little spot since 1891.
We're heading into the heart of Little Italy now, just turning right and traveling south on Mulberry. You can see this charming Mulberry Street. Just classic Little Italy.
And before we make our way further, I'm going to reference that LISA project one more time, the Little Italy Street Art Project, because here's another one by Tristan Eaton right here. And any guesses as to who it is? You got it! Yeah. Audrey Hepburn. Right there we have the beautiful Audrey Hepburn immortalized on the side of the Cafe Roma building, right next to the Mulberry Street Bar.
I just want to point out the
yeah.
fire hydrant. I love how in Little Italy they have the Italian flag colors here on all over the place. They're on fire hydrants as well as lamp posts and different things around Little Italy.
You'll see them as we mosey along our Little Italy walk today. So here's the Mulberry Street Bar. This opened in 1908. It is a Hollywood favorite. It's been featured in Godfather Part 3, Donnie Brasco, The Sopranos. Has a good old classic jukebox inside with what we would call mafia ambiance. Sinatra, the Four Tops, Tony Bennett. But it is a classic joint here in Little Italy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see. Hopefully we can walk down the middle.
We're good. There's no traffic coming, so we're going to walk right in the middle of the street. Why not?
And this street is Mulberry Street. So this is, as Patrick mentioned a little bit ago, this is the main drag of Little Italy. It's now only about 3 blocks, but it used to extend a few blocks north up to Houston Street and all the way down to Worth Street, which is about 3 blocks south of where we're going to end our tour, which is now part of Chinatown. Now, this area would have grown in popularity due to a mass immigration of Italians in the late 1800s. The peak population around 1910, about 10,000. And after World War II, that's when we started to see a lot of Italians starting to leave this area for Brooklyn, for Jersey, Staten Island, for the Bronx, Long Island. So we started to see this area start to diminish a little bit in those residents.
You might be seeing these extended seating areas for the restaurants that are out on the street. That happened during at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's still, we're in 2023 now, but they've still allowed the restaurants to keep this extra seating out on the street. So some of them are quite fancy. You know, they have chandeliers and flowers in some of them, but they do take up precious parking spots. But I don't know how long they'll last, but they're here for now.
Can we show off, well, let's pass it maybe and go back. I just want to show the sign of this building.
Yeah.
Danico as a Deniso spot to come get some Italian if you're looking for a good place to eat. We're going to show off another location as well that we like hitting up, but Danico's is a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious food. So we also, speaking of the population of this area, so Chinatown is just south of here. And in 1965, the U.S. Immigration Act of 1965, the Hart-Celler Act, removed a lot of restrictions. And so we saw an influx of Chinese immigrants at that time. And that's when Chinatown kind of started to take over this Little Italy area. So Little Italy, as we know it now here in Manhattan, is a bit of a veneer or a facade. The Arthur Avenue in the Bronx and Staten Island are now the kind of the reigning Italian neighborhoods. Directly across the street there is Ferrera's.
Yes.
Established in 1892. It's been family owned for 5 generations. It claims to be the first U.S. espresso bar, and it does ship all over the United States, by the way.
Yeah. Let's do a quick flip around here after this car goes by. All right.
And we're going to just do a pivot. We'll show you Piemonte ravioli. If you're looking for some homemade pasta, which I got some, there we go. We had some strollers behind us trying to take us out. Piemonte Ravioli Company right here is established in 1920. They have fresh homemade pasta right there that you can grab and take and cook at home if you want.
Fantastic.
And next to Ferrara's, we have this great little shop, E. Rossi and Company. It is jam-packed in there. It is just shoulder to shoulder with all sorts of different wares and goods. Sells Italian gifts and kitchen items, souvenirs, religious items, and more. They do ship all over. E. Rossico, EROSSICO.com. And one of our favorites right there in the window.
They also have some kitschy Italian stuff here too. One of our favorites. If you take my space, I break you face.
So definitely check out E. Rossi and Company when you come to Little Italy. We'll make our way back to Mulberry and continue our walk along Mulberry. When we round the corner, you'll see the Cannoli King, lots of other restaurants. If you don't know about cannolis, it's sort of a kind of a fried dough, tubular shell filled with a delicious sort of ricotta cheese, sweet cheese filling.
What I like to call heaven.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
It is a delicious sweet treat.
I'll take 2, please.
Yeah.
1 for each of you? No, 2 for me. What do you have? There's the Cannoli King there. And they are sweet. You can only have 1. Oh. Let's go back to the street. Why?
Yeah,
because we can.
Yeah, I think they blocked off traffic, so may as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a beautiful day. Again, if you're just starting to watch us at this point in our video, it's about 10 degrees Celsius. It's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. April 2023. blue skies here in.
Oh gosh, Mulberry Street
Manhattan.
it's just classic Little Italy, and they have the big festival in September, right?
Yeah, the San Gennaro Festival happens every September, and it's about 11 days, usually in about mid-September, and that feast day is actually on September 19th. So San Gennaro Festival was originally celebrated in 1926 by Italian-American immigrants. They erected a small chapel to honor their patron saint, and folks would pin money to that statue of San Gennaro, and then that would get redistributed to the poor. They still do that, and they still take donations. That the festival still happens. It's a major affair here in Little Italy.
Yeah.
And you'll see this entire block is closed down for vendors and for even some carnival rides and games for the kids. We have a large truck coming through. And so we might get a...
Yeah, they're bigger than us, so we have to let them have the right of way.
But you're going to see right there in the middle Umberto's Clam House. And this truck might block us for a minute, but it'll come back into view. Umberto's Clam House opened in 1972. About 2 months later, New York gangster Joe Gallo was gunned down by the Colombo family sitting in the back booth there. And he was actually at a... I'm blanking on his name, the comedian. It's going to come to me.
Rickles,
Don Rickles.
yeah.
He was at a Don Rickles. He was seeing Don Rickles that evening with Jerry Orbach,
yeah.
from Law and Order. And he invited both Don and Jerry Orbach to come back here for dinner after the show, and they both declined. And thank goodness they declined, since he was indeed gunned down back there.
You can see the long line there to get in.
Ooh,
Very
it's
popular
a popular
place.
one today. All right, so we're going to make our way up here, and we'll do a little bit of a pivot to show you a couple of things.
Yeah.
That truck is coming
let's
our
go.
way.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of the street, everybody. Stay with us. No tourists left behind. So this is Hester Street, by the way, and once we cross Hester, we'll pivot around and you'll get to see not only the Welcome to Little Italy sign, but some other lit up signage that we'll talk about, as well as another favorite restaurant or favorite stop that we like to point out along the way as well. All right, so here it is, the classic Welcome to Little Italy sign.
Yeah.
There we go. And we're going to let a car pass, and then we'll move out into the middle, and it'll get it framed against the blue sky perfectly.
Oh, there we go.
There it is, just perfectly framed amidst the...
Yeah, we got it.
We're going. Sorry, I'm going to give a wave. All right. All right. And there's one of
Just
our...
give the classic New York
sorry
wave.
Sorry, we're walking here. Also, you can see the souvenir shops, lots of souvenir shops in Little Italy.
Oh, yeah.
A good place for some discount souvenirs. Now here's Puglia's right here. Take a look at their entire building. Of course, it's made to look like the Italian flag. This is another little favorite spot of ours here in Little Italy. And one of the reasons we love it is they oftentimes have some live music. This little guy with this little keyboard goes around the entire restaurant and plays different Italian music that is oftentimes interactive. And I don't want to give too much away, but I'll just say that it involves your napkin and shaking it, and maybe even getting up and shaking it a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of audience participation there. Should we sneak through this way?
I think we should.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. And so we're roughly at the end of our Little Italy walk today.
All right.
And we're so happy that you all joined us.
Yeah.
And we hope that when you come to Manhattan, you check out Little Italy here in Lower Manhattan as well. And obviously, check out our other videos. You can like us, you can subscribe, and
comment.
you can comment by all means. If you something you want to see more of, let us know. And we'll just show you this goes all the way to Mott Street right here, which would be part of Chinatown, and we're going to do a whole video on Chinatown as well. So definitely check that out. And thank you all for joining us. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Patrick.
And we're AMP Adventures. Take care.
Thanks for joining.